Hello everybody, welcome back to Beating the Odds. It is Saturday, February 25th, 2023, and we are back with our college basketball best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Beating the Odds. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, hit the notification bell so you never miss a pick. We post these college basketball videos every single day, along with the NBA and NHL. Those videos are live right now, so make sure you definitely check those out. We're going after our first 1,500 subscribers. We're over 80% of the way there in our first 4 weeks on YouTube, so I'm really excited to have y'all here. Let's win together today and let's make some serious money. To recap the season, yesterday's results. Yesterday we went 2-1 in college basketball. We had the over 139.5 in Iona and the Mount. That was a dub. Seton Hall, awful pick on my part. That was an L. Sorry, everybody. And Air Force plus 8.5, a great pick on my part. Air Force lost by 1. We had them plus 8.5, so it was a 2-1 day yesterday. Right now we're 151 and 113. We're 38 games over 500 for the year. And guys, we have a loaded Saturday slate of college basketball. I cannot wait to get into this. We have 6 picks and 2 games I will be betting later. I'll be posting them on my Twitter. I'll talk about those a little bit later. But I'll start with our first bet of the day, which will be Baylor minus 3.5 versus Texas. Baylor had a lackluster last couple games. The energy, especially against Kansas State, was really low. I see Baylor bouncing back here after a tough road stretch. This is their Super Bowl, and they're going to play like it. They're playing at home against a bitter rival. I see Baylor. I think this game's going to be really close the entire way, but I see Baylor pulling away with free throws at the end of the game, winning by 5 or 6 points. I think this game's like a 1 or 2 point spread, really, but with free throws added in, I really think Baylor's going to end up winning this game by at least 4. Our next bet is going to be New Mexico plus 2.5 versus San Diego State. This is a bounce back spot for New Mexico. It's Jalen House time. He's ready to rock and roll. The sharp money is all over New Mexico here. They're at home. Again, very similar to Baylor. It's like they're a Super Bowl. They're playing against a ranked team in New Mexico, and I think they're going to come out strong. And I think they're going to win this game outright, but I'm going to take the points plus 2.5. I love New Mexico here, plus 2.5. Our next bet of the day is in the late hour. We have St. Mary's plus 5.5 versus Gonzaga. Guys, there's something about St. Mary's. They always seem to have Gonzaga's number here. We had St. Mary's last time they played. They won by 8. We had the minus 5.5, so that was a dub. I think the Zags bounce back and do win this game. I think this game is going to be one of those games where the Gonzaga does win, but I think this game comes down to the very last possession. If that's the case, the plus 5.5 will be plenty to cover. I love St. Mary's here, plus 5.5, plus the points. I don't think they're going to win, but I think I love the plus 5.5. That's way too many points against Gonzaga, especially with how much St. Mary's typically has their number. So I love St. Mary's here, plus 5.5. Our next bet of the day is going to be TCU plus 2.5 versus Texas Tech. This goes against my system because Texas Tech is unranked, and they are playing against a ranked team at home. Here's the problem. TCU is the number 24 team in the country, but they absolutely should be in the top 15, if not top 10, if Miles and Lampkin weren't hurt for a very long stretch of the year. Mike Miles is the best player on the court. Eddie Lampkin's not far behind. And that Kansas game, went down to the wire, and they played like garbage. They couldn't make a shot within 3 feet. I mean, it was crazy. And I'll tell you guys this right now, is that Texas Tech, great last couple games. They're finally getting healthy, and they're a good team, and they could make this tournament and make it very interesting in March. But in this spot, I love TCU here, especially bouncing back against Kansas. And the team they lost to wasn't a slouch team. Kansas could very well be the number 1 team in the country. I know they gave it to Houston, but Kansas is better in my opinion. I love TCU here plus the points. I don't really go against my system often, but when I do, I feel very, very strongly about it. I love TCU here plus 2.5. Our next bet of the day is going to be Arkansas plus 8.5 versus Alabama. I love Arkansas here. I think they keep this game close the entire way. The Brandon Miller situation is going to cause problems for Alabama still because people are still talking about it. And Arkansas plays their best against great teams. This one will go down the wire. Love the plus 8.5 here. That's way too many points. I mean, way too many points. For Arkansas, who, by the way, is ranked 16th, in the KenPom ratings, which is a big deal. I love Arkansas here, plus 8.5 versus Alabama. Our next bet is going to be Mississippi State minus 1.5 versus Texas A&M. This is a straight system play. Mississippi State is at home. They are favored against a ranked team. I'm taking Mississippi State all day long. It wins 70% of the time. Hopefully TCU is in that 30% where it doesn't work out, so we're going to go 6-0 today. So I like Mississippi State here. They're a very tough team. They're kind of mirror images of each other. Mississippi State and Texas A&M. With that being the case, give a slight edge to Mississippi State because they're playing at home. I like them here minus 1.5. There's going to be 2 games, though, I do bet later on, so make sure you guys check my Twitter for these. There are only 2 I'm going to be adding. I'll be adding the Michigan State versus Iowa game at noon, so check my Twitter around 11:30 for that. And Indiana-Purdue, I'll be making that pick around 6:30, 7 o'clock today. I'm waiting for, see where the sharp money comes in, aka, the handle percentage. I want to see some injury reports, that sort of thing. So I'm going to wait on those 2. So just to recap what we have 100%. We have Baylor minus 3.5, New Mexico plus 2.5, St. Mary's plus 5.5, TCU plus 2.5, Arkansas plus 8.5, and Mississippi State minus 1.5. And we'll also be betting 2 other games later. You got Michigan State versus Iowa and Indiana versus Purdue. So guys, let's lock in those picks. Let's win together today. Let's make some money. I will see you all tomorrow. Make sure y'all check out other videos.